Where's my light? Episode 10. Can you even believe that we've made it this far? In quarantine? This week on OKKK, we're talking skincare secrets during quarantine with my favorite, Mamie McDonald, esthetician to the stars. Today, we're talking about skin. So I can get rid of my brush. So I don't know about you, but my skin has taken a turn, okay? My skin exploded like a illegal U-turn in the middle of the street going in the wrong direction turn. And right now, I need some help. All right, y'all. So I'm about to read myself publicly because like I said before, I'm an open book, right? There's a few things that may or may not be causing my skin faux pas. Skin faux pas for days. Decrease in water intake, increase in liquor. Consuming more comfort foods, if you will. What exercise? Stress levels on a trillion because you launch a brand new show and a new YouTube channel without Joshua. And last but not least, not being able to see my skin guru, skincare specialist to the gods, Mamie McDonald, also known as Skin by Mamie. So I was in a pinch when my skin erupted, and I decided to call her for some tips and tricks that I can use from a distance while here in quarantine by myself. There's few things that I will forfeit when I'm in Brooklyn on a short trip, but Mamie is not one of them. I have to come and get my skin together, so I'm excited. I have a little project coming up soon that I want to make sure that I am skin ready for, and she is the only person that can do that. So I know you don't have the elaborate spa environment or all of the fixins to do facials at home, but Mamie is gonna talk to us about how we can do little DIY things and drugstore brands that can help you if you have a skin issue while at home. So every time I come to Mamie, I feel like I'm in good company. Say hello, Mamie, I'm recording. And I'm also topless, don't worry about it.
Oh my God, I saw your titties.
She saw my titties, y'all.
She got nice titties.
I was like, I didn't see the roll, but in the meantime, so I was just telling the people that I am in such great company when I come here because, like, take a look at the people Mamie has blessed with those hands of hers. So many actors, actresses, entertainers, models, the whole nine. My boy Jay-Z, you know? So, okay, now I got a robe on. Now I can say hi to y'all via the mirror.
Yeah, because all of the men in her house, they don't want to be sharing.
You know? I had 3 that were hanging off them, 1 that still hangs off them.
And they're still so
he's a grown-ass
pretty,
man. Thank you, darling. I try. I've been doing my push-ups and trying to, you know, keep them together. But I was telling the folks here on the vlog that anytime I come to New York, I need to be sure that I come to see your girl. Skin ready.
Baby skin ready.
Hello. Hello. So I have my little bed set up here, nicely made. And I'm just about to get some action, all right?
Woo-hoo!
We're about to get some action. Some skin action. Look who is on OKKK. It's my girl, Mamie McDonald. Skin by Mamie, as many know her. Mamie, what's up?
I miss you. I miss you. You guys, you've got a little tan going on.
First and foremost, I miss you too. Yes, I do have a little tan. The benefits of being on the west side. You know,
it's almost like having you there in my facial chair now that you look like that.
Well, you see,
I
I'm glad that you picked up on that because that was my thing. I was like, what am I going to wear for my Zoom with Mamie? So I was like, I could get decked out like you did, sis. Okay, because you
put some lipstick on, boo, because I was looking a hot mess.
I see you got a little hair on for me and all that. You look amazing. But I was like, you know what? I want to feel like I'm one with Mamie right now. like how our sessions normally go. So I said, you know what, let me take a shower, wash my face, throw my little head wrap and my robe, and we are good to go. How long have you been in the business? You have an array of clientele that you've worked with. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I've been in the business almost 30 years.
Nice.
And I've been on my own 25 years. It was the makeup artist and, stylist, clothing stylist that actually put me on the map. I began to love it. So my point is I worked as hard at learning. I was hungry because I loved skincare. I loved to do makeup, but it's like, no. I stopped doing makeup because my very first job, the model broke out terribly. I didn't know anything about problems that you can have in skin that can exacerbate doing makeup.
It's funny because I used to always tell my clients, a lot of the misconceptions I think around makeup is that you can cover and you can hide and you can, transform and you can change, when really we need to go back to the basics. The basic is the skincare portion of it. And I know when I saw you, I was working at MAC Cosmetics at the time, and our first couple of sessions, you were like, girl, this makeup is tearing you up. I mean, literally, you can see the makeup buildup in my pores. So that's when we really started working diligently. And what I love about coming to your sessions, aside from the keying that we do and the catching up, it's that everything is customized to my skin's need at that time. So when people ask me about the necessity of an esthetician and what value you bring to my skincare routine, it's that you are the one who's allowing me to break down what's the reason behind this breakout. Is it a breakout or is it a reaction to something? Is it internal or is it external? There's so many different layers to that. So I have a great appreciation for you, Mamie, and for estheticians, anyone in skincare, because really that's the basis and the foundation for everything moving forward. The makeup.
It's a science.
Yeah,
it's a science. And it needs to be taken as seriously as, it's your skin. And you want to love the skin you're in, they say, right?
Absolutely.
But you also want to be able to pass by a mirror and not go, oh.
I blew a kiss to you, Mamie. Did you see that?
I love it.
So, of course, I'm only in New York. This is my second full day? And I had to come to Mamie.
So during quarantine, what are some key problems or triggers that you think most people are going to have that will now cause skin problems?
One of the things that I've noticed with myself was when I started to wear the masks, I have very sensitive skin. I have rosacea. I have a touch of dermatitis, and anything that would internally bother me, that would stress me out, it would sometimes show. But imagine having on a mask, and I double mask. You have on a mask. Inside the mask, you're breathing. Your glasses are getting all foggy. You're breathing. Salt deposits is dropping from your nose, from your mouth, and you're trying to talk to the mask and repeat yourself 2 or 3 times. All the time. And you are creating literally a weather system, a storm inside the mask.
All the precipitation.
Listen, it's a host of bacterial things going on. And I tell people too, don't just brush your teeth when you're having that mask on, because you want to also gargle. You want to kill any germs in your mouth, because first of all, you don't want to smell bad breath inside your own mask.
Right.
But you want to keep an environment as clean and as germ-free as you can.
So I can also credit my skincare obsession to my grandmother, my mom's mom. So I can always hear her in the back of my mind since I was a little girl telling me, I want skin you have, missus. You better take care of it. That translates to, sis, this is the only skin you got, so make sure you take care of it. So grandma is well into her fabulous years, and for the longest time, I've always remembered her being into skincare secrets, moisturizers. I would take a little bit of her oil of Olay off of the countertop at home and put it on my skin. And her skin to this day is still soft and supple and radiant. Grandma is skin golds. High key.
You wash your face before you leave. Put on a serum. I do multiple serums because of all the different skin conditions I have, but you could just use one serum. And then you want to apply maybe a thin moisturizer or a moisturizer that's appropriate for your skin, because remember, you will be sweating underneath the mask. Also, no makeup. No makeup underneath the mask, because as you know, no matter how fair your skin is or how deep dark chocolate it is, every makeup foundation has a dye in it. And that dye will be grabbed into your skin a lot easier too when it's moist. I tend to use a filter within my mask, and there's a lot of new styles now with the cotton mask. And I found that with a cotton mask that I sweat more. Cotton tends to breathe, but cotton also creates that moisture if it's on again for a prolonged time. So what I've done is I take, can you see these little
Oh yeah, coffee filters.
Coffee filters.
Okay.
And I can take one of them and I just take it, and it's perfect because it covers my mouth. And for the cotton mask, because the cotton mask right now in New York we can still wear, because it's only like 50 something degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And
those are the ones I had on the airplane back in like November. Let me tell you, if I had the foresight, baby, I'd have had a whole business, okay? Because I used to wear those on the plane when I traveled so much, even up to last year.
And keep your if you wear glasses like me, to keep it from fogging, put it on top of the mask. The cotton isn't so close to your face, you don't sweat. It feels more breathable inside the weather storm.
Mm-hmm. The weather storm.
So, it just makes it easier.
Yeah,
All right.
pretty deep.
So I had to let y'all see Mamie in action. I'm here under the bright lights with the magnifying glass. What is it, like a million?
It's
a million times.
Yeah.
So she's properly extracting at the moment. I tell you guys, when I leave here, I feel like 10 to 15 pounds lighter because she gets all the gook out.
We don't want to cook.
We don't want gook. The best part is when I first met Mamie, and she was like being like super, super like informative, and she's like, so you have lots of sebum. I can see this, and I was like, what the hell is sebum? So I literally was like, yes, sis, And I remember Googling sebum when I left here. Because I was like, I don't want to act like I didn't know what sebum was. Tell them what sebum is.
Well, it's not sperm.
It's not. It sure ain't. Not on this bed.
No. It's really just an accumulation of impurities that's in the skin, especially if you're eating improperly combined food groups.
Which is what I was doing.
Little sugar twist, sugar twist. Yeah.
Skin tells.
Yeah. So the skin does try to get rid of, bacteria, and sometimes it's not only through fecal matter or urinating; it will come through the skin.
Ooh.
So
that part.
Yeah.
See, Mamie, you don't even realize what I just did.
What did you do, baby?
I prepared you for speaking on camera. We're practicing. Mamie's camera shy, but you couldn't even tell by that just now. See?
Yeah,
See?
I am.
We're preparing her for all the big things in store.
I want to be like Khadeen.
No, stop it. Stop.
Let's talk about the effects of lack of vitamin D. Sunlight, because so many people are inside. At least here in California, I'm able to be outside in the backyard, enjoy some of the sunlight, the weather. But for people who may not have the luxury of being able to leave their apartment or their home to be outside in the sun, what's the negative effect of that?
Vitamin D is essential. Vitamin D really gets produced, it's a hormone inside of our body, right? And the only way that it helps to protect the immune system and it starts to develop is through direct sun rays. It has to hit your skin. So that's how the vitamin D boosts your immune system. And it is known that in the United States of America, our lovely country, more people are vitamin D deficient than anywhere else in the world. And so vitamin D is rather important. If you can wake up in the morning early enough before the sun gets to be like 11 o'clock and you've got some sun, you can walk around in the sun maybe 10 to 12 minutes if you don't want to wear a sunblock. I can't do that because I have an autoimmune and, I have rosacea. I have to wear a sunblock. Mm-hmm. And so I take my vitamin C and my vitamin D through supplements.
Okay.
And the best supplement for vitamin D, you want to get D3 because it's the best, it's easily absorbed in the body, and it's the safest. If you're deficient, if people out there, they feel that they're deficient, these are the things that you would notice. Tiredness, lack of energy, you're irritable, your bones are feeling, your body's feeling achy, and you're just like, I have no energy. Check your vitamin D. Speak with your doctor and see if it's something that maybe you can, and you've got to enter something into your vitamin regimen.
All right, so y'all heard what Mamie said about vitamin D. Get out there in that sun, okay? And DeVal, baby, she wasn't talking about you.
She's my going in, y'all.
Here, my baby's here. We're together again.
Reunited, and it feels so good. And my skin's about to feel even better.
Girl, well, I mean,
my liver going, it's cute.
That might be a whole nother episode, Mamie, because I will be completely honest. Typically, like you said, what we're all lacking now is that routine, right? So my water intake has been a lot less because I'm not at the gym. I'm not going normally. I'll have my pitcher of water in the car, and as I'm going to and fro, daily routine again, I'm consuming more water. I'm making sure that I'm scheduling my exercise. And to be honest, I've just been in a funk a lot lately because this is such a bizarre time. We don't know a lot of different things, and it takes a toll on us mentally and emotionally and physically. So all of the leaves have now shown up on my face, like I called you and I showed you, because I'm like, what's going on? And I know it's probably a lot of different things. Again, the mask, not having that routine, maybe not also too being as diligent with my skincare. So making sure, like, did I wash my face today? Or was that last night? Or, there's so many different factors that I can like.
So many factors.
Yeah.
And personally, I know what mine are. Because, a lot of my folks will lie to me. Oh, girl, I'll take your care. I'm like, I can see it in your skin. Your skin tells you everything. It really talks for its own. Y'all can tell it's fine.
Guys,
however, I've noticed with myself.
Mamie will read me and she'll be like, okay, girl, what you been eating? Because I can see it all in the sebum coming out of your cheeks and whatnot. Or, oh, girl, is Aunt Flo nearby? Because that hormonal region is toe up. Like, we've had those moments where I could never lie to you. I have to be honest and say, Mamie, I haven't been doing X, Y, Z. And you're like, yeah, no, I can see, I can tell.
Interestingly enough, when when the time comes where it's like all of the hormonal changes, it makes you want to go for chocolate. It makes you want to go for salty. It makes you want to eat tofu, red meat, and that's because your body's preparing to shed, right? And I think now that we're stuck in the house like this, it's like, wait a minute. I've gone back to, like, as a child, I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I haven't had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in 50,000 years. Bologna and bread. Wait, what?
And I have the 3 boys
chicken,
eating all sorts of stuff. And then I'm like, oh, you want an ice pop? I guess I'm gonna eat that ice pop too. So all this unnecessary sugar. I'm making donut runs because it just feels good at 1 a.m. to go get a damn donut.
Feels free. And it's not as many people out.
There you go.
We do. We've all went back to what I really understand now. People say when the winter time starts to come in New York, anyway, we're like, I need some of that food that makes me feel at home. And I'm like, oh no, it's springtime, and I want that feel of and that warmth of comfort food. And that's not good food. Comfort food is never good food. I don't care what nationality you are. For sure. It is not good. It's just too many. It's meat, potatoes, vegetables, dessert, and the worst thing of it all, now that I've turned my 5 o'clock drink into 12 o'clock, and I don't know when that happened.
The liquor. That's
liquor
for me too. That liquor. I mean,
Oh, wait, I don't have any class. You know, why am I waiting until 5 o'clock? I was like,
Might as well.
have my little drink now before
It's
you
5
know it.
o'clock somewhere. It's never truer now because we don't know what day it is. We don't know what time it is. We don't know any of that.
Oh, I thought it was Sunday morning today. And I was like, oh,
There we go.
it's unbelievable.
All of the do-it-yourself situations I've been trying to look up, right? So when I called you and I FaceTimed you and I took a video and showed Mamie my skin and was like, girl, look at what's going on. Then we FaceTimed and then you were so wonderful enough to send me some products, which was amazing. And I was like, great. Then I ordered this facial steamer. Okay, so this is the this is the running joke now. Okay, from Mother's Day, Deval was like, well, what do you want? And I was like, don't worry, I'm gonna get a couple things for myself on Amazon that I've been looking at. So I got this facial steamer, and the running joke now is that I'm gonna test it on Deval first.
Right, I do that with my family. Yeah, I do that.
He's gonna be my guinea pig. So at what point is there anything DIY that you recommend people do or not do? Because Deval was like, I don't know if you or me, anybody should be steaming our face without the supervision of Mamie. I may have to FaceTime you in. Deval, would you like to give your 2 cents from behind the camera about the steamer?
You're not steaming my face. You are not.
Okay.
I will go to Mamie myself, but you are not steaming my face.
Oh my goodness.
Deval has been to Mamie as well before, and he enjoyed his session, but he's been blessed with some great skin, just genetic wise, which we will say a lot of people do genetically have good skin. But yeah, so DIY, anyone who's looking to do a little something at home, say we have a little pimple that sprouts, is there anything that we can do to kind of keep things at bay until outside opens back up?
Well, you know, it's interesting. The only reason why I don't like at-home steamers is because, remember, when you're steaming, you're emulsifying all of the sebum and dirt that's lodged in the pores and bringing it up to the surface.
Right.
But you're not extracting. You don't know how to extract.
Nobody
should be extracting.
Oh, damn. I was about to be like, maybe I'll try to extract.
Tell
And
her
it's
again,
easy
Mamie.
to pop
Tell
out.
her
You don't
again,
stop.
Mamie.
You hear him over in the choir in the background.
She pulled out a
Tell her
scalpel.
again.
A scalpel.
It's not a scalpel, Mamie. It was one of those little
A
loopy
common
things.
extractor, right?
Them little loopy joints that you press it and
The common extractor. Yeah. And you know, I don't use those because working on the skin for like 60 minutes to 90 minutes, the skin becomes so sensitive, and that sometimes can leave a mark. So you want to be careful with that, my darling. And so I don't particularly like at-home steamers, though. If you are home and if you get yourself a cleanser first and foremost.
Okay.
If your skin is very sensitive, it tends to lead toward rashes and irritation, and it's just inflammation all the time. Get a sensitive skincare cleanser that does not have perfume or coloring.
Okay.
You know, and I prefer it to be a milk cleanser.
Okay.
Even the micellar waters are some of them are really safe, but check the amount of alcohol that's in it. That's really important to know. If you tend to have skin that's a bit more acneic, if you tend to get pimples, but a stronger skin type, not you, because that would make your skin too sensitive. But you could use a gel, because you're sort of in between. You only get acneic when you're flying a lot, when you're working a lot. That tends
usually
to
induced by something.
Then. But right now, while you're home, I would just say to use a gel cleanser or a foaming cleanser.
Okay.
Which is fine. I like the men to use the gel cleansers or the cleansers that have a little salicylic acid in it.
What about someone who's drier?
If you're dry, a milk cleanser.
Milk cleanser. Okay.
Always. Yeah. And I recommend toners ever, but at this time, no toners, because everyone's wearing a mask. Even if it's for 5 minutes, your skin becomes sensitive because of the weather conditions that happen. I like that. Then you definitely want to do a serum, because the serums are the closest thing to our natural skin cells. And because it's kind of water soluble, it goes right in. I don't mean oil, I mean serum. So it goes right in, depending on the specific skin concern you're having, and it will help to correct that specific problem. So like I say, I double my serums, and I'll use 2, and then I'll put on a light moisturizer. You want to do that before you go out, and you put your mask on when you go out. When you come back in, take off your gloves, take off your mask, wash your face, do the same thing again, and put your serum on. But you also want to then put a lip balm on, because while we're not also drinking as much water as we should, as we tend to drink normally, we're also not caring for the lips. And you want to put, you know, I think maybe you've had my lip balm before, but I don't care if it's Vaseline. You can also use Aquaphor, you know, to put under your mask. And when you come back, you see it's sensitive, put it on there. Just kind of like dap it off when you get home. And if you see it's a little bit still, you know, too shiny, dap it a little bit more.
Okay, perfect.
But that's important.
And no makeup. And then once you do all that, you just let your skin sit and just do its thing.
And it's wonderful.
So we're I'm masking and I'm rising. I'm rising and I'm masking. I'm masking and I'm rising. So yes, darling. This is giving me all the hydration I feel like, right?
So this mask has my secret ingredient, which we call squalene.
Ooh, squalene. Not to be confused with sebum.
No, but if you like a little whale fat,
What?
it's in here. Oh yes.
What?
I don't know what happened to the whale, but I did need it.
Oh,
But a little bit of blubber on the skin, lovely.
A little bit of blubber.
Yes, and I like to call this my condom mask.
Oh!
And I'll tell you why.
Let's see. Protection. I love it. Maybe it's like that favorite aunt that everyone has in their family. She's like the favorite aunt. I
Now, don't
love
this
it.
look like a condom?
It does.
And it's really protecting.
So now you see my titties, you made me a bed, and we got a condom face. What is going on
And the
today?
theme tonight
The
is
theme tonight is, and it's after. This is Mamie after hours. You see outside it's dark. I was just saying, normally I come to Mamie on like a 10 a.m. appointment, 11:30, 1 o'clock. I've never been here after hours.
Things happen after
you
hours.
know,
Yeah.
clearly.
It gets
Do you
real
remember
serious.
it's like the quiet storm.
Oh, wait a second.
Quiet storm.
Keeping me warm.
A little midnight love.
So we like the little facial gem
Fingers
too.
in action.
Yeah, little facial gem with this on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, her skin's gonna absorb this so nicely.
Love it. All the love.
All
So
the
much love it. Love. I love it.
I always still suggest that we do a mask twice a week. And a scrub twice a week. And here's a quick tip of how I like it done, so you make sure that it gets done. In your shower caddy, you can have your cleanser, you can have your exfoliant, and you can have your mask days. I get in the shower, I wash my face with my cleanser. Right now I'm using a milk cleanser. And then I'll do an exfoliant. For the sensitivity of my skin, I like an enzyme exfoliant as opposed to one that's granulated. Then I rinse, and I do everything I just rinse off with the shower, yeah? Then I put on a mask. Now it could be a gel mask, it could be a clay mask. If you've got a bit of a breakout, you want to do a clay mask, depending on the sensitivity of your skin.
You see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Do you see this? Yeah. This time I'm about 20 pounds lighter in the face. The chest, the back. I mean, Mamie went in to ensure that I was going to be okay until I see her again. Because who knows, the next time I'm going to have to charter up the jet to come to New York to see your girl. Mamie.
Yes, darling.
I love you.
I love you too.
Not for just what you do for my skin, but I like genuinely just love you.
Have some Aquaphor in your home. There's also something called Scar Away that you can get. Just right at Dwayne Reed or Walgreens or I forget what's out in LA, but any of the big stores.
Like stores and stuff.
Yeah. You can pick that up and just kind of use it. If you on a little pimple, you can put it on there. Or my remedy, I love to take a little bit of hydrogen peroxide and baking soda. But I find that people, I tell them less is more. So you only want to use a Q-tip because you really do have to place it on the affected areas.
Affected areas, for
Yeah,
sure.
because the healthy skins, you don't want to do that. But
Right.
anyway, it dries really quickly. You dust it right off. It's dry, and then you could just go, okay. And then you could put on, like, if you have a mask at home.
So many drugstore goodies, and even on your website, I know you have some items on there. I particularly love the pink spot treatment, which is great.
Yes.
The ones that I had here dried them right up. The hydrating serum as well has been really, really great. I love the balm that you have, that barrier balm.
Barrier protection balm. It's wonderful.
Oh, when I was traveling, it was so good.
Oh, it's so good. And the serums, my favorite serums right now, my Aero Balsam, I really like because it has an organic tea tree
Perfect.
inside of it.
You just sent me
And it's Australian. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has oxygen plasma inside of it. And oxygen plasma helps to strengthen the collagen and elastin fibers, as it's also aiding to heal the irritation in the skin. So if it gets red, if it's irritated, it's wonderful. And you know what I find? This is really, for me, I did it with myself, for my parents, for Ava, anybody that has braids or locks, you put it in your scalp every other day. There's no accumulation of dead skin cells, dandruff, itchiness, and it doesn't even smell. It's the sulfur that's in it.
You know what? Maybe that's gonna bring back my hairline a little bit more. I'm about to try that.
Right. It's better than. It's just like with your moisturizer that we both love to use, the barrier protection balm. It actually is better than a cortisone cream because it aids in helping to restore and heal the skin. And so I'm working on a webinar.
Okay.
And all of these things will be there, and people will be able to see them.
Nice.
It's just serums, and they'll look like this.
I'm gonna make sure I put all your info up. That's perfect. So that way people know where to find you. Skin by Mamie on Instagram. Whenever I'm with you, I'm always tagging you. So people will
You're such a great. You're so giving as a human.
Oh, thank you, Mamie.
So we're gonna share 5 tips to have clean or quarantine skin, for that matter. Well, it's Mamie's tips, but here they are. The first one is drink your water. And secondly, develop a routine. Wash your face, even if you don't remember what day it is. Number 3, your skin is what you eat. Does that mean there's no more donut runs, DeVal? And number 4, the sun is your friend. Get outside if you can, but stay 6 feet away from people. And number 5, don't be like me. Don't do all that experimenting. Do I got that return label for the steamer? So thank you, Mamie, for joining me today. I hope you all had your pens and pencil out, jotting down some things. And for future episodes, we're really gonna go into skincare. I'm talking products, I'm talking cleansers, serums, moisturizers, all that. So comment below and let me know, skincare-wise, what you wanna see.
Yo, shut up, DeVal.
I ain't signed up for all of this, Josh.
You gave me this idea. This was probably going back 2 years ago. We were in the facial room, kikiing and acting silly, and I said, I want to do something. I want to just have something that people can go to. I want to call it Behind the Chair with Mamie. You're like, perfect.
Do it.
And that's what the webinar is going to be called.
Oh,
Behind the Chair with Mamie by my Khadeen Ellis.
I'm so glad that came to fruition, because this is almost like a Behind the Chair with Mamie session that we're having now. So we're practicing for you. I know.
That's right.
I know you had told me before you were trying to get more comfortable in front of the camera, and you've been practicing. And look at you now. You're like a whole ass pro. I love it.
You make me do these things.
I do make you do these things. I'm always pushing you to be great, because you're such a wealth of knowledge. I love you so much. And even more so, you're an amazing, incredible, giving human being. And I always feel like if you give, it's going to come back tenfold. And I never give with the expectation of anything, but that's just what I've always been taught. And I just happen to meet amazing people along the way. So thank you so much, Mamie. I think I'm going to have you on a future episode. We can break it down and be specific. So if you guys like this conversation that we've been having, you want to know something specific, we can do a whole episode on problematic skin. We can do a whole something on anti-aging. We can do a ton of different things moving forward.
Oh, it's endless. It's endless.
It really is. Yeah. I love you so much.
I love you so much.
You again.
And I'm going to send you a couple of more serums. Not just this spot but I have something else that's great that's developing. Yeah. And something for Deval too, because I know he's going to go back to work in August or July.
Come here, Deval, real quick. Say goodbye to Mamie before we hang up, because she said she got some stuff for you. He's going back to work soon, yes. So
I heard that it's Tyler Perry. He's opening up in, is it June or July?
July.
So I have something for your beard.
No. Well, this got to go.
Just talking about
this got to go. I got to cut it for Zach. Zach doesn't have a beard.
Can't Zach have a beard in season 2? Somebody call him Tyler Perry and let's start a petition.
Well, season 2 starts at the end of season 1. Like, he can't.
Oh, right, because of the break.
Continuity, baby.
I mean, he can't.
I got something for you anyway.
All right, thanks.
Because I love when the beard comes back anyway, so it'll be back.
There's so many men with beards. It's wonderful. You should have seen me. He's like, who can I choose to put on? I wanted to choose you, but you didn't have a beard with the picture I have you with. Laid up in the facial chair.
I got a beard now, though.
Yeah.
Love you so much, Mamie.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy that this channel is up. And I'm a devoted fan.
I appreciate you.
No,
we
thank
love
you so much. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Let me get my phone.
Oh, Deval has to get his his tools, his props.
Oh, I love this.
Khadeen and Mamie.
So real.
Zoom interview. That's a wrap.
It's a wrap.